I once punched my brother in the throat because he took a Tootsie Roll from my Halloween candy.
Yeah, that's a valid response.
Greetings, creatures!
I'm Rachelle.
I'm Kalie.
And I'm Blake.
And we are
Paranoia Percentage.
We're just three girls who are a little anxious about our world.
And if you don't know what we do here,
We're fascinated by cryptids, conspiracy theories, and pretty much everything weird. And now we could get into traditions if we're ready.
And with traditions, we're going to also talk about some of our own personal Halloween traditions that we celebrated when we were kids or teenagers or adults.
right now.
We still celebrate Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee had an amazing Halloween party last year that was very fun.
I did.
We all got dressed up and listened to music. It was awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very
There was
fun.
a surprising number of people there too.
There was a pretty good
surprising.
turnout, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like I think I counted it was like 28 people altogether that came and went.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Never all at once.
It's a lot of people to have in your house.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Especially for us homebodies who don't actually like people.
It's a small house too, but everyone clumped up in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's also where all the food and candy was.
I mean, that's why we were there. Free food.
Yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush.
Well, I had gotten pizza and a bunch of candy, and I had the candy stored all around the house, but I had most of the candy in the kitchen, and everybody just kind of stood around in a little circle in the kitchen, and my kitchen is tiny.
So I just noticed how amazing your eyeshadow is right now. I'm like mesmerized by the gold in your eyes.
Me being like,
Thank you.
me being the little social butterfly that I am, because y'all are kind of introverts and like
Yeah.
in a big way.
Yeah.
But
Which is why
Yeah.
you are in the podcast.
yeah,
You're introverts.
and I'm a very extroverted person. For those of you who didn't know, and so whenever I was at that party, like that. I would try to like kind of go around to everyone and like talk and like try to introduce myself. Not
Yeah.
everybody knew me, but then it just got shut down.
Yeah,
like
you were the youngin'. You were the youngest person at the party.
I was. The
And everybody
youngest
was
person at the
shocked
party.
that she was as young as she is because she's an old soul. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah, so everybody at that party was almost everyone were like my coworkers and people from school. So they were all grad students, and most grad students are in their, at least the ones that I know are in their late 20s, early 30s. So yeah, you were kind of the baby of the party.
Yeah, I was the baby of the party.
Yeah.
That's all right. You probably had the most fun out of everybody too.
I can have fun doing literally anything. So like,
No, I had so much fun.
okay,
party.
All right.
Anyway,
So Halloween.
getting back on topic.
Yeah.
That's on topic. It was Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're on topic.
Oh, I wish I could do that this year, but the
COVID.
world right now. Well, mine is super short. I don't really have any real traditions. So.
Yeah, you said you didn't really celebrate. You didn't go trick or treating until you were 16.
Well, no, I went trick or treating when I was really little,
Okay.
but then my parents pretended I was too old to go after a while, even though I wasn't. Yeah, I went trick or treating starting probably when I was about 6 or so, and I probably went for about 3 years in a row, and that was it. And so I remember my costumes. Like there was one year that my older brother was a vampire and I was a vampire victim. I was bitten. Another year that I was Carrie.
Oh, the Stephen King character?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I don't remember the other one, but yeah, actually there was this one time that I was walking. I think this was the year that it was Carrie. I was walking with my mother, and she was taking me around to the neighborhood next to ours. Yeah, I was about 8 years old. I think this was my last time trick-or-treating. Actually, this might have been the reason why, what I'm about to say, probably the reason why I stopped going trick-or-treating, wasn't allowed anymore. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. Way prior to Halloween, I had this friend named Brittany, and I had her over, and apparently my mom really didn't like Brittany, so she forbade me to ever go see her again. And I, for months, for a very long time, I continued to go over to her house and see her, and Brittany's mother knew I wasn't allowed over there, so I would always say I was going to Lindsay's house, who lived in that neighborhood. And I constantly...
What a bad child.
I constantly went to see Brittany and hang out with her. It was almost every day for a very long time. But anyway, so my mom was with me because my brother was too old to be taking me trick-or-treating, and I think he was going to a friend's house or something. So she went with me, and we went over to that neighborhood, and we ended up knocking on that door, and I didn't want to go to that house because I didn't want like any suspicion to arise, but she was like, no, they have their light on, like go, we'll go up to this one. So we went up to that one, and then earlier that day, I was at that house helping to decorate for Halloween at their house. And my friend opens the door and she goes, oh my God, Kaylee, hey, and we just started kind of chit-chatting, and then she mentioned, thanks for coming over and helping me decorate my house today. And my mom's just like, what? So she jerks me away, and we start running home, and I'm bawling my eyes out going, there are so many other houses that we could go to. And after that, I could never go trick-or-treating again while I lived with my parents because she said that it was too old at 9 years old. So anyways, I didn't go trick-or-treating for a long time, but then later in my teen years, I moved in with my brother, and they didn't really have a huge Halloween tradition or anything. He would take him and the kids would go trick-or-treating, but I met up with some friends, and we all dressed up. We all agreed to dress up when we were all 16, 17 years old or whatever. And they were just kind of like, we should go trick-or-treating. And I thought, I've been too old for way too long. But yeah, we went trick-or-treating, and thankfully we did have one of our friends was very, very small. So it kind of looked like we were going with a child. Yeah.
They were probably my size.
But yeah, so I got probably most of my trick-or-treating done when I was close to adult age. Nice.
Yeah. I think I stopped trick-or-treating, I want to say it was like 11, 12, something around there. I never really, I'm going to be honest. I never liked trick-or-treating. I always hated it. I just never enjoyed it. Like, I was also a kid that did not like the normal average kid things to like. I was kind of more, if you can believe this, I was kind of more of like the reclusive kid. I would talk to you and I would talk your ear off. But then I would need...
What?
Yeah. Sorry. Leave me alone. But then I would need to go into my room and read or something like that in order to, you guys, recharge my battery. Mm-hmm. And so I was never really super social or anything like that. So if I went trick-or-treating at all, it was with my brothers. Which was why I also started trick-or-treating very, very, very early. However, my parents also did get me baby Halloween costumes. One of my first Halloween costumes was actually, I think, because it was either my mom or my biological mom that got it for me. And I wasn't very old. I think I was maybe 3-4 months old, something like that. Or no, I would have been, because it was my first Halloween, so I was 7 months old-ish. And I was a pumpkin. They dressed me up in a pumpkin costume.
That's adorable.
And just my little legs were sticking out, and then I had a little hat, and my arms were sticking out.
So cute.
It was really cute. It was a big old Halloween ball, a big old jack-o'-lantern ball.
If you have pictures of that, you should post it on the Facebook.
I need to find it, yeah. But yeah, no, my family has been super Halloween all of our lives. Yeah. Even whenever I aged out of trick-or-treating, which I'm the youngest of all of my siblings. And so even whenever I aged out of trick-or-treating and we didn't go trick-or-treating anymore, my mom, I would still dress up in a costume, and we would give cookies and sugar cookies and stuff from my family's bakery, mm-hmm. and we would just give them to kids instead of we would make Halloween
cute.
Bags.
You couldn't do that now.
Yeah, no.
No, absolutely not. We would make Halloween bags and we would give them out to kids, and so I would get dressed up and I would sit on our porch and give out Halloween bags.
That's
fun.
awesome. I love that.
The first year that I did it, I was actually really, because I was like an angsty like teenager.
What?
And so like, yeah, no, I know. I can't imagine me being angsty ever.
No.
But so yeah, I was literally like sitting out on my porch in like this dark fairy costume, and I was really angry because I was gonna go out with my friends, and my mom was like, "No, you have to do the bag thing." And I was like, yeah, but like, can I go after or something? And like, she was like, no, you have to do the bag thing until the trick-or-treaters stop, and by that time it's your curfew, so you have to be in. And I was like, why though? Like, why do I have to be the one to do this? And she was like, well, because your brother asked before you to go out and I have to go work. And I'm like, cool. And so I was just like sitting there just like,
Well, at least you kind of fit the character.
Yeah,
like
I really
the
did.
The dark fairy.
yeah, I really did. And I was like super upset about it the first year. And then like after that, I was like, oh, okay, wait, no, this is actually really fun.
Yeah.
And so we continued doing that for like a couple of years. And then whenever I turned 16, my mom actually took me to Rocky Horror the first time, which in our area, there's a showing of Rocky Horror on Halloween night.
Yep.
And there was one at midnight for a really long time.
Very popular amongst the theater community in this area.
Very, very popular amongst the theater community.
I have
And
a lot of friends that are into it. I never liked Rocky Horror personally.
Oh, I love
Love
Rocky
it.
Horror. I own Rocky Horror.
Not a fan. I love Tim Curry, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love Tim Curry, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't my thing.
And they would put on this production at one of the civic centers in our area. So whenever I was 16, I was finally old enough to go. And my mom would like, well, really you can take like a 14-year-old, but my mom was like, we're going to wait until you're like 16, 17 to take you.
Yeah, some places will let you in as young as 14. I had to be, my brother Dan snuck me into one when I was 13.
Yeah.
But,
And like, you're encouraged to dress up at the one that we have around here.
Mhm.
And so when I was 16, I was so ready for this. I had like thigh-high boots. I had like fishnets. I had these black booty shorts that I wore instead of like lingerie underwear because I was 16.
Right.
And I wore this corset, and I've always been a little bigger up here. And so I had this corset that my mom absolutely did not approve of, but she was like, I'll let you wear it if you wear a jacket over it. It's like, that's fine. And because she also went, my mom also went for those like first couple of years that I did. And so like, and my friend helped me get into it. And this was like shortly after I got my driver's license for the first time. So I was actually pulled over and given a speeding ticket on my way there the first year I went. Yeah, it was stupid. But I was wearing this corset and I had my friend try to help me get into it. And she did the thing where she put her foot on my butt and she grabbed the strings and she pulled. I mean, she yanked. My ribs were hurting. I was like, oh, I can't breathe. Oh, I can't breathe. My ribs can't expand.
No.
Yeah. And so, like, I mean, it looked great. It looked wonderful. And then I had a leather jacket that I wore over it in honor of one of the characters that are in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I can't even remember what I did with my hair, but I wore a buttload of makeup. It took me hours to do that makeup. I was so ready for it. And I walked in and I, like, saw that, like, not many other people were dressed up. And I was like, yeah, not many other people were actually dressed up for it.
That sucks.
And I was like,
yeah, that's part of the fun.
Mm-hmm. That's the
like-
best part of Halloween, honestly.
Yeah. The first one that I went to was in Atlanta, Georgia. Thankfully, they had a giant budget, really big cast, really good sets, and all that kind of stuff.
for a while there, my Halloween traditions were to go to Rocky Horror every year. I went 4 times. I went when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, and then I stopped. And I didn't go when I was 20, and I don't think I'm going to go this year, because...
I don't think it's a thing right now.
No, unfortunately.
So I'm
Still
not
got
going to
our
get to go
pandemic
this
going.
year. Pretty upset about it. I really wish I could. So this year, I really don't know that I'm going to be able to do any of my Halloween traditions because of everything. So what I might start is a horror movie night on like October 30th or something like that.
That sounds good.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think that the current situation will hurt my Halloween tradition, because my Halloween tradition has always just been to watch Hocus Pocus. I've never had a Halloween that I didn't watch Hocus Pocus. I don't think. Ever. I
Such
watch
a
it
good movie.
every single year. I'm actually wearing a Hocus Pocus necklace and Binks earrings right now.
Yeah,
You want to know something really, really awkward?
What's that?
I didn't watch Hocus Pocus until 2 years ago.
I've literally been watching it since birth. I think it came out the year I was born. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think I was about 19 as well when I first saw it.
Yeah, I was about.
I'll have to look that up.
I was
see
about
if it came out
19.
the year I was born.
It was like the year that I was 19 that I watched it for the first time around Halloween, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, I watched it and I was like, oh my god, I love this. I need to watch this all the time.
Yeah, it's so good. The three of us
Okay, no,
definitely
it
could
came
do
out in
that.
1993. I'm older than Hocus Pocus.
Okay, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit earlier than that, but
It's older than me.
It is older than you, but it's younger than me.
the three of us could totally do the three girls.
I definitely think that
costume.
next year we should be the Sanderson
Oh,
sisters.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that should be awesome.
Maybe next year I can do another Halloween party and we can do that.
See, you guys are talking about like you're going trick or treating and stuff, and when you stopped going trick or treating. I trick or treated up until the point I was old enough to have parties at my house and have Halloween parties. So I literally went from trick or treat, Halloween party, Halloween party. Like I've never not gone all out for Halloween. I don't remember if it was Disney Channel or ABC Family used to have the 13 Nights of Halloween.
I think
you
both did.
You talked about that in the first episode.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I
Because
did
we were
that
talking
every
about
year.
triskaidekaphobia.
Triskaidekaphobia, yeah, the fear of the number 13. Yeah, because that's where I learned it was from. But yeah, no, that's it. My Halloween traditions are pretty much just watching Hocus Pocus with my mom.
Yeah.
Because I always watch it with my mom. I have it on DVD now, but when I was a kid, my aunt had videotaped it on her VCR off of the TV when it was airing on TV, so it had the commercials and everything.
Halloween.
And I had
remember
that VHS for years.
Halloween is literally my favorite holiday in the world. Like, I love Halloween. It's largely commercialized and has been...
Top 5 favorite holidays in order.
Oh, God. 5.
If you can get 5, yeah.
Halloween.
Just do as many as you can. It doesn't have to be 5.
I don't like Christmas.
I don't like Christmas either. What's your second favorite holiday? Mine's St. Patrick's Day.
New Year's?
Okay. New Year's is good.
St. Patrick's Day is around my birthday, so I guess I like it for that
I
reason.
love St. Patrick's Day. I love everything to be green. My mom and I will dye potato pancakes green and eat potato cakes, green
that's
potato
fun.
cakes.
What's another one that I really
I'm very
like?
close with my mom.
I really don't like July 4th.
No, I don't either.
Especially because it makes my tinnitus, it makes my tinnitus go wild. I literally don't even like holidays.
You like Dia de los Muertos?
I like Dia de los Muertos, but I don't celebrate it.
No.
I mean, other than ones that I don't celebrate, which, like, if we are including ones that I don't celebrate, then, like, Halloween, Dia de los Muertos. No, never mind, that's it.
For me, Halloween's definitely my favorite. Sorry, guys, I really like Christmas.
Yeah, I know you do.
I really like Christmas so much. I like Christmas.
I think my mom burnt me out on Christmas because she's a Christmas freak.
Yeah, she goes all out.
She literally has a tree in every single room of her house.
My
that
dad-
includes the closets and the bathrooms.
Mostly it's because I love to wrap presents.
I was just going to say you love to rap.
I love to wrap. And that's why I like Christmas. No, I love to wrap presents.
Kaylee likes Christmas and she's here to say.
But I also, another favorite
bad. I
is
shouldn't have done
definitely Earth Day, and that is because that's my birthday.
So Earth Day's pretty good.
Earth Day is on my birthday. Earth Day. So.
Well, now I'm going to have that in my head forever.
Yep.
Birthday. And then after that, I really like the 4th of July too. I always try to go see fireworks, and this past year obviously I didn't, but I really, really like to go try to see fireworks every year. I enjoy them, but I also don't have tinnitus.
New Year's was really fun. Not this most recent New Year's, but the one before with you guys.
That's true,
Yeah,
except for that one lady. Except for that one lady.
We were hanging out at Blake's house, and somebody just like randomly knocked on the door at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like shortly after the ball drop.
Yeah. Just knocked on the door.
Just
Like,
knocked
hey,
on the
how's
door.
it going?
Can I sleep in your house? She asked me if she could sleep in my house. I literally...
She was probably very drunk.
I told them
Probably.
both to go hide in the bathroom, and I got out, what was it, a huge glass
I
candle?
did not hide in the bathroom. I was right behind you. I had your back.
Yeah, I didn't even need to be told. I hid in that bathroom.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she hid in the bathroom with the phone dialed to 911, ready to call if she needed to. So it wasn't like she was,
Someone had to call, and I needed to be alive to call when you guys got murdered by that lady.
We've also all figured out our roles if there was like ever like a serial killer situation or something like that, because we're that weird.
Yep.
So
Or
basically,
zombie apocalypse.
basically, Kaylee's the brains of the operation.
My mom would call her the prayer warrior.
Yeah, so she's
what?
The prayer warrior.
What is that?
The person who hides in the back and prays that everyone is gonna be okay.
yeah. Except Kalie just doesn't pray; she just hopes.
No, she calls. She makes phone calls to
I'll call
911.
for help. I'll go get help.
Yeah.
Whether I can escape the situation and get help, or I can call for help. I'll go get the help while you guys handle it.
Which somebody has to do that.
And then I'm always the one that runs in head first, like, because I'm big, stupid brain energy. I'm basically a himbo.
You're the button masher.
I'm basically a himbo. I'm just the one that, like, runs in head
tank.
first,
You're the
like, most protect friend.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm that person. And then Rachelle's very much the person that's, like, hanging back, like, trying to figure out how the situation's gonna go at first.
I'm like, I'm ready if you need me. Like I'm here, I got your back.
You're
but
like
also,
Calvary.
if we have to run, I can run. So whatever we need to do, I'm versatile.
I'm just, because, like, all of our fight or flight responses are also very different.
Yeah.
You're the tank, she's the cavalry, and I'm just the dude that goes and
And you're the guy over our headphones that's like, be careful.
be careful, waiting for you.
Yeah,
I'll
and
go get more
Your
cavalry.
tech support.
Your tech support.
Keep everybody connected.
So we just because we have very different
tech support.
we have very different fight or flight responses.
Yeah.
I'm very much fight, like,
Kaylee's flight.
and then Kaylee's flight, and then Rachelle is like, fight, but be smart about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can flight if we need to.
Yeah, you
Like
can,
if it starts going south,
nah,
I'll run if I have to.
I'll die on this hill.
My whole thing is like I am so what's the word? Mouthy? I am though.
We all are.
I really am though.
We have a podcast.
I am not capable of. I have such a hard time if like one of you mispronounces something. I can't not say something. But that's just who I am as a person. I can't keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get us into trouble. You deal with the fallout.
I deal with the
She'd call
fallout.
for help.
And she'd call for help. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
Go get help. Yeah, okay, so candy, whenever I would get candy from trick-or-treating, pretty on brand for me. I would sort out all of the candy and line them up.
I can
Yeah, that's you.
totally see that.
Yeah, that's you.
They'd be sorted by color, by size,
And
by
then there's
kind.
me not
Little known
even
fact, I did that too.
and
Yeah.
then
It's
and then there's me not even taking the wrappers off of the
You just
candy and
shove the whole bowl.
shove the entire bowl. I
but-
know.
So, I would sit on the floor and line them all up, and my mom would be, like, telling me random pieces that I had to hand her so she could check it. She didn't ever check them. She just put
ate
them in
them.
her mouth, yeah.
Mhm.
So her like, I need to check your candy. Oh, that Butterfinger looks a little off. You need to hand that to me.
See, I would always just get, I would sort them, but like the ones that I was going to give to my dad and give to my mom and give to my best friend, because I'm a giver. It's what I do.
Ooh, I hoarded that candy. I was so
Oh, I would
mad
do
anytime
that.
I had to give it to anybody.
I once gave the Butterfingers to my mom because that's her favorite candy.
Mm-hmm.
Any like just plain chocolate would go to my dad, because who wants plain chocolate? Like you want stuff
Me?
in your chocolate.
No.
I like stuff in my chocolate.
I once punched my brother in the throat when I was
End of
about
story. Like, I once punched my brother in the throat. Yeah.
when I was probably about like 6 or 7, because he took a Tootsie Roll from my Halloween candy.
Yeah, that's a valid response.
Yeah. So I literally just went over and punched him in the throat.
What did you just do.
Yeah, immediately. Like, I remember it so vividly for some reason. Like,
That's super
and then I
funny.
just remember my brother holding his throat, being like,
Oh my gosh. That kid. That poor kid.
my 6 or 7-year-old sister just punched me in the throat.
I remember this one year, my mom forgot it was Halloween and forgot that trick-or-treating was a thing. And so, like, I would stay at my grandma's house after school, dropped off at the bus at my grandma's house. And my mom comes to pick me up, and my grandma's like, oh, am I going to see you guys later? Bring Rachelle over to trick-or-treat. And my mom's like, oh, crap, it's Halloween. I don't remember how old I was. I wasn't very old, I don't think. Maybe 6 or 7, somewhere in there. So my mom's like, what am I gonna do? So we raided my papa's closet, my grandpa's closet. I always called him Papa. We raided his closet and got like his hunting jacket and like face paint and his hunting cap and all that stuff. And I went as a deer hunter.
I love that.
Oh, I
That's
love
cute.
that. That's so cute.
I think my favorite costume that I ever had whenever I was a kid was probably my angel costume. That was like my favorite. Because I was like
I was
super
an angel
little.
one year too.
I was super little. I think I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old. Like barely even old enough to be going trick-or-treating. And so something that's really funny that my mom always did whenever we would trick-or-treat, she would not go with us. She literally,
always went.
she would take us in a car, and anytime there was like a long stretch of houses, she would put us out of the car, have us start walking. She would follow us in the car.
That's just lazy.
She would just be driving the car behind us, just watching us.
Now, did you trick or treat at like strangers' houses, people you didn't know?
Yes.
I didn't. We only ever went to family members' houses. We would drive towns to go to family members' houses and trick or treat only at family members' houses
Your
or like close
family
friends.
is fairly in the same area, though. So
That is true. That
is
is
true.
Happen to a lot of people.
I mean,
like
that was
I
kind
would be
of-
going around the country.
That was
if I tried to do
that was kind of ours too, though. Like a lot of our family was centered around one town. It was just more that me and my brothers were greedy and we wanted all of the candy that we
I
could
wanted to
get.
go to other houses, but my mom didn't think it was safe. One of my aunts,
no, that's
her
why
and
my
her
mom-
kids never celebrated Halloween. She thought that it was like evil
Yeah.
or something.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's because it originated from a pagan holiday.
Yeah, but I mean, I also wasn't allowed to watch Harry Potter until I was 24. I come from a superstitious family,
Yeah.
which I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but like I'm very superstitious.
Yeah.
Like if I have a dream, it's always been, and I don't know if this is a common thing or if this is just my family. If I have a dream, I cannot tell anyone about the dream until after I've eaten breakfast, because otherwise it'll come true.
Yeah, she won't
Really?
let me tell me. She won't let me tell dreams before I've eaten.
No, she was telling. We were doing yoga the other morning, and she started telling me about her dream, and I was like, "Wait, did you eat breakfast?" She's like, "No, I didn't eat breakfast. I can go ahead and tell you about it." I was like, "No. If you didn't eat breakfast, you can't tell me nothing. Don't tell me. It'll come true."
That's such a weird thing.
I've always been that way.
Huh.
I had not heard of that one till I met you.
No, I haven't heard of that one either.
If you say something that like you're gonna jinx yourself, I always will knock on wood.
I mean, I do that too.
If you spill salt, throw it over your shoulder.
Those
Don't
are
walk
common
under a
ones.
ladder.
That's a
Yeah, a lot of
mess.
those are.
Yeah.
It just makes a mess.
Don't break a mirror.
Okay, so
We don't really have a percentage thing for this.
we
don't,
really
not
can't.
for this episode.
We really can't do a percentage.
What percentage do you believe Halloween is real?
100%.
0% because it's all a simulation.
Ooh, controversial.
Literally, just in the, I was about to say 100%, but then you said that, and now I'm just like, you know what? You're right.
You know what? Right.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
Once again, I'm the gullible one.
No. I mean, ooh, what percent do you love Halloween?
100%.
95%.
80.
What?
80%.
Ew, why?
Taking away 20% for the commercialization.
That is fair.
That's fair.
Also, there are no good Halloween stores anywhere.
That's fair. I mean,
I just go to thrift stores.
well, there's this town in Ohio called Fairborn, and it's kind of like a lower middle class town, but Fairborn itself, everything about it is Halloween because there's a guy, Roy something. What is his name? Roy something, who owns most of the town, and he owns a lot of Halloween stores and like dress up things and candy stores and all that kind of stuff. So the entire town of Fairborn is very centered around Halloween year round.
I'm moving.
It's very cool. Especially block parties take place around all of Roy what's-his-face's Halloween stores and candy stores. They're very cool.
I'm moving.
Cool.
If you like
Everything's
stuff
very
like
decorated.
that,
It's
as much
cool.
as you love Christmas, there is a town in Indiana called Santa Claus.
Okay.
It is where Holiday World lives, the
Okay.
theme park. And they have like a little Christmas town. And you would love it.
It's Christmas year round.
It's Christmas year round, and you would love it.
I do like the Halloween year round though. Probably more than Christmas year round.
Well, Holiday World has all of the holidays. Like, it's even cut. There's even a Lewis and Clark ride, or there was last time I was there. That's been many years. They might not have it anymore.
Go
But
sometime.
we should absolutely go after the pandemic is over.
Okay, so I think we're done with this episode.
I think so too.
I think we are. I think we've gotten about 40 minutes on this episode and an hour
Something
on the
like
other
that,
episode.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Halloween about 80%. It is my favorite American holiday.
I just like candy and dress up. I like to dress up.
Me too.
Dressing up 100%.
I do that year round though.
Well,
There.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Rachelle.
And I'm Blake.
And we were
Paranoia Percentage.
Big Bird was trying to kill me. So I'm trying to run away, trying to get, dodge through people and stuff in the crowd. There's a lot of people at this concert.
Yeah.
Billy Ray Cyrus jumps off the stage, comes running towards me, grabs me like a fireman carry, runs into this elevator, and we get in the elevator just as Big Bird is getting there and the doors close.
Billy Ray Cyrus saved your life.
Saved me from Big Bird.
You can find us on Twitter at Paranoia Percent, Tumblr as PDubs Podcast, and Facebook and Instagram as Paranoia Percentage.